Welcome to Easy English Talks podcast.
Hi everyone, and welcome back to Easy English Talks. I'm Tom. This is episode 15, where we'll learn common English phrases for daily life. Why focus on phrases? Because they help you speak naturally, understand better, and sound like a native speaker. In this episode, we'll practice using the shadowing method, listening and repeating to improve your speaking skills. If you're new here, Easy English Talks is your place to learn English easily and without stress. So, get comfortable and let's explore these useful phrases together. If you like this video, please subscribe and like, and don't forget to leave a comment. Let's get started. Phrase 1. What's up? Meaning used to ask how someone is or what they are doing. Example, what's up? Are you busy right now? Phrase 2. Long time no see. Meaning said when you meet someone you have not seen for a long time. Example, hey, long time no see. How have you been? Phrase 3. How's it going? Meaning a casual way to ask how someone is. Example, hi, how's it going? Phrase 4. I'm just looking. Meaning used in a shop when you do not want help yet. Example, thanks, I'm just looking. Phrase 5. No worries. Meaning used to say it's okay or don't worry about it. Example, no worries, it's fine. Phrase 6. I'm good, thanks. Meaning a polite way to say you do not need something. Example, would you like more tea?
Good, thanks.
Phrase 7. My bad. Meaning used to say, it is your mistake. Example, oh, my bad. I forgot to send the email. Phrase 8. All set. Meaning everything is ready. Example, the table is all set for dinner. Phrase 9. Sounds good. Meaning shows agreement or approval. Example, let's meet at 6. Sounds good. Phrase 10. No problem. Meaning used to say something is not an issue. Example, thanks for helping me. No problem. Phrase 11. You bet. Meaning informal way to say of course. Example, can you pass the salt? You bet. Phrase 12. By the way. Meaning used to add extra information to the conversation. Example, by the way, the meeting starts earlier today. Phrase 13. At the end of the day. Meaning in the end, after considering everything. Example, at the end of the day, family comes first. Phrase 14. Better late than never. Meaning it is better to do something late than not at all. Example, I finally cleaned the garage. Better late than never. Phrase 15. Call it a day. Meaning stop working for the day. Example, it's already 7 p.m. Let's call it a day. Phrase 16. I'm running late. Meaning I am behind schedule. Example, I'm running late. He'll be there soon. Phrase 17. Hold on a second. Meaning wait for a short moment. Example, hold on a second. I need to answer this call. Phrase 18. It slipped my mind. Meaning I forgot something. Example, it slipped my mind to bring your book. Phrase 19. In all ears. Meaning I am ready to listen. Example, tell me your idea. In all ears. Phrase 20. It's on me. Meaning I will pay for something. Example, dinner is on me tonight. Phrase 21. Spill the beans. Meaning tell a secret. Example, come on, spill the beans. What happened? Phrase 22. Hit the nail on the head. Meaning be exactly right. Example, you hit the nail on the head with that explanation. Phrase 23. Think outside the box. Meaning be creative or think differently. Example, let's think outside the box to solve this problem. Phrase 24. Take it with a grain of salt. Meaning do not believe something completely. Example, take that news with a grain of salt. Phrase 25. Once in a blue moon. Meaning very rarely. Example, I eat fast food once in a blue moon. Phrase 26. On the same page, meaning agree or have the same understanding. Example. Before we start, let's make sure we are on the same page. Phrase 27. Cutting edge, meaning very modern or advanced. Example. This phone has cutting edge technology. Phrase 28. Back to the drawing board, meaning start over after a failure. Example. The plan failed, so it's back to the drawing board. Phrase 29. Burn the midnight oil, meaning work late into the night. Example. I burned the midnight oil before exams. Phrase 30. The ball is in your court, meaning it is your turn to act or decide. Example. I have done my part now. The ball is in your court. Phrase 31. Cost an arm and a leg, meaning very expensive. Example. That car costs an arm and a leg. Phrase 32. Sit on the fence, meaning not making a decision. Example. I sit on the fence about moving to a new city. Phrase 33. Bite the bullet, meaning do something difficult or unpleasant. Example. I bite the bullet and clean the garage. Phrase 34. In a nutshell, meaning in a short summary. Example. In a nutshell, the trip was amazing. Phrase 35. Take it easy, meaning relax and not stress. Example. Take it easy, everything is fine. Phrase 36. That's a win-win, meaning a situation good for everyone. Example. Sharing dessert is a win-win. Phrase 37. You're spot on, meaning exactly right. Example. You're spot on about the weather. Phrase 38. It's not my cup of tea, meaning I do not like it. Example. Horror movies are not my cup of tea. It's phrase 39. That's the last straw, meaning the final problem after many small problems. Example. The bus is late again. That's the last straw. It's phrase 40. Hang in there, meaning keep going and stay positive. Example. Hang in there. The weekend is coming. Phrase 41. I'm on it, meaning I will do it immediately. Example. Don't worry, I'm on it. Phrase 42. Break a leg, meaning good luck, especially before a performance or event. Example. You have a test today. Break a leg. Phrase 43. What do you have in mind? Meaning ask someone about their ideas. Example. What do you have in mind for the weekend? Phrase 44. It's a no-brainer, meaning an easy decision. Example. Choosing pizza over broccoli is a no-brainer. Phrase 45. I'll sleep on it, meaning decide later after thinking. Example. I'll sleep on it and tell you tomorrow. Phrase 46. That rings a bell, meaning sounds familiar. Example. That name rings a bell. Phrase 47. Go the extra mile, meaning do more than expected. Example. She always goes the extra mile for her clients. Phrase 48. Cut corners, meaning do something quickly but poorly. Example. They cut corners when building this house. Phrase 49. Let's cross that bridge when we come to it.
Ow.
Meaning deal with a problem when it happens. Example. What if it rains? Let's cross that bridge when we come to it. It's phrase 50. Let's face it, meaning accept the truth, even if it is not nice. Example. Let's face it. Nobody likes Monday mornings. Phrase 51. I'm on the fence, meaning unsure about something. Example. I'm on the fence about buying a new car. Phrase 52. Let's shake on it, meaning agree to something with a handshake. Example. We split the rent. Let's shake on it. Phrase 53. It's up in the air, meaning not decided yet. Example. Our holiday plans are still up in the air. Phrase 54. I'm running on fumes, meaning extremely tired. Example. After working all night, I'm running on fumes. Phrase 55. Grab a bite, meaning to eat a small meal or snack. Example, I'm hungry. Let's grab a bite before the movie. Phrase 56. Take a break. Meaning stop working for a short time to rest. Example, I study for 2 hours, then I take a break. Phrase 57. Run errands. Meaning do small tasks outside the house like shopping or going to the bank. Example, I run errands every Saturday morning. Phrase 58. Keep in touch. Meaning stay connected with someone. Example, we keep in touch by texting every week. Phrase 59. In a hurry, meaning doing something quickly because you have little time. Example, I'm in a hurry, so I can't talk now. Phrase 60. Pick up, meaning collect something or someone. Example, I pick up my friend from school every day. Phrase 61. Just in case. Meaning to be prepared for something that might happen. Example, I bring an umbrella just in case it rains. Phrase 62. Get things done, meaning finish tasks or work. Example, I stay focused to get things done on time. Phrase 63. Catch up. Meaning 1, to meet someone and share news. Meaning 2, to do something you missed or are behind on. Example 1. Let's catch up over coffee this weekend. Example 2. I catch up on my emails every morning. Phrase 64. Out of order. Meaning not working or broken. Example, the elevator is out of order today. Phrase 65. On the go. Meaning always busy and moving from place to place. Example, she is on the go all day with work and meetings. Phrase 66. Make the most of it, meaning take full advantage of an opportunity. Example, we make the most of our holiday by visiting many places. Phrase 67. Settle down. Meaning 1, calm down after being excited or upset. Meaning to start living a stable life like getting a permanent home. Example 1. Settle down. It's just a game. Example 2. He wants to settle down and start a family. Phrase 68. Hang out. Meaning spend time casually with friends. Example, we hang out at the park after school. Phrase 69. Hit the road. Meaning start a journey or leave a place. Example, let's hit the road early tomorrow. Phrase 70. Break the ice. Meaning start a conversation to reduce awkwardness. Example, I break the ice by asking about their hobbies. Phrase 71. Get the ball rolling. Meaning start an activity or project. Example, let's get the ball rolling on the new project. Phrase 72. What's up? Meaning casual way to ask how someone is. Example, hey, what's up? How are you today? Phrase 73. I'm beat, meaning very tired. Example, after work I'm beat and want to rest. In the heart of a bustling city, there lived a man named Tom, meaning something very Tom easy. Woke up early in the morning. Example, rubbed his sleep-crusted eyes of cake and shuffled over to the clock on his bedside table. Let's call it a night. His heart skipped a meaning beat as stop activities and go to bed or relax. 8. Example, it's late. Oh no, I'm running late. Let's call it a night, he exclaimed, shooting up in bed. Tom had an important meeting at 9, but he had been so engrossed in his late-night work that he had forgotten to set his alarm. With a surge of adrenaline, he sprang out of bed, hastily pulled on his clothes, and stumbled into the kitchen. The aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled his nostrils, and he automatically poured himself a cup without even thinking. As he was about to leave, his roommate, Anna, emerged from her room, looking refreshed after a good night's sleep. "Good morning," she chirped, noticing Tom's frenzied state. "How's it going?" "Not bad," Tom replied, taking a big gulp of coffee. "But I have a lot on my plate today. I have that crucial meeting at 9, and I haven't even finished my work presentation yet." Anna, ever the optimist, placed a comforting hand on Tom's shoulder. "Don't worry, you'll be fine. Just take it one step at a time." Her words were like a soothing balm on Tom's frazzled nerves. With a newfound sense of calm, Tom dashed out of the door, grabbed his briefcase, and hurried down the street. As he approached the bus stop, he spotted his old friend Mike waiting there. They had not seen each other since their college days. "Long time no see," Mike said with a broad grin when he saw Tom. "Yeah, it's been a while," Tom replied, returning the smile. "I hardly recognize you. You've changed so much." They chatted animatedly for a few minutes, catching up on each other's lives. Mike was currently working as a freelance photographer, traveling all over the world to capture stunning images. Tom, on the other hand, was still in his corporate job, working his way up the ladder. "Well, I should probably get going," Tom said reluctantly, realizing that he was already running behind schedule. "I have a meeting at 9. "All right," Mike said, snapping back to reality. "Of course. Well, then hurry up. Don't be late." Tom thanked Mike for the lift and raced towards the office building. He could hear the faint sound of his boss's voice as he approached his floor. "Can you give me a hand with this project? Need some assistance?" Tom burst through the door and exclaimed, "Sorry I'm late. What did you say?" His boss, Mr. Williams, turned around, his face etched with stress. "Can you give me a hand with this project? I need some help." "Sure thing," Tom said confidently, eager to prove himself. "What do you need?" Mr. Williams handed over a stack of documents. "Can you go through these and make some copies? I need 'em by 11. "No problem," Tom replied, taking the files. He knew that Mr. Williams was counting on him. He spent the next hour poring over the documents, making sure everything was in order. He organized the papers, highlighted key points, and prepared them for printing. Tom was meticulous in his work, and he took pride in a job well done. As the morning wore on, Tom found himself busier and busier. His boss kept piling on more tasks, and it seemed like there was no end to the workload. He dutifully carried out each assignment, never once complaining. It was during those hectic hours that Tom met Sarah, a new coworker who had recently joined the team. They were working on a project together, and Tom was impressed by her efficiency and positive attitude. "This is quite a challenge," Sarah said with a laugh as they worked side by side. "Don't worry, we'll get through it," Tom replied, offering her a reassuring smile. "We just need to stay focused." Together, they tackled the project, sharing ideas and helping each other out. Tom was grateful for her support and camaraderie. It made the long hours more bearable. Finally, as the clock struck 12, Tom breathed a sigh of relief. He had completed all the tasks assigned to him, and the feeling of accomplishment was sweet. "Good job," Mr. Williams said, noticing Tom's dedication. "These projects are very important to us, and you have done an excellent job handling them." Tom blushed slightly, feeling the warmth of appreciation. "It was my pleasure, sir. I enjoy working on projects that make a difference." Just then, Tom's stomach rumbled loudly, reminding him that he hadn't eaten since breakfast. He had been so engrossed in his work that he had completely forgotten to take a break. "Hey, why don't we go grab a bite to eat?" Sarah suggested, noticing Tom's distracted look. "I know a great little cafe nearby." Tom readily agreed, and they stepped out of the office together. The midday sun was shining brightly, casting long shadows on the pavement. "So where did you study?" Tom asked, trying to make conversation. "I graduated from the University of California," Sarah replied. "And you?" "Me too," Tom said, surprised. "I studied business. What about you?" "I majored in marketing," Sarah said with a smile. It's amazing how many people from my hometown end up in this city. They walked in comfortable silence for a few minutes, each lost in thought. Soon they arrived at the cafe. It was a small, cozy place, with wooden tables and chairs, and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee filled the air. "This is the perfect spot for lunch," Sarah said, leading the way inside. They sat down at a table by the window, and a friendly waitress came over to take their order. "Can I get you anything to drink?" she asked. "Yes, please. I'll have a cup of coffee," Tom said. "And for lunch, I think I'll have the quiche. It looks delicious." "Excellent choice," the waitress said with a smile. "I'll bring it right out for you." As Tom waited for his food, he couldn't help but feel a sense of contentment. Despite the hectic morning, everything was now going according to plan. Projects were completed, and he had a delicious lunch ahead of him. Suddenly, his phone vibrated on the table. He picked it up and saw that it was a call from his boss. Oh no, he groaned inwardly, knowing that his peaceful lunch break was about to come to an end. "Hello," he answered the phone. "Yes, this is Tom speaking." Mr. Williams's voice boomed from the other end. "Tom, I need you to come to my office as soon as possible. There's an urgent matter that requires your attention." Tom's heart sank. "But sir, I'm currently on my lunch break," he protested mildly. "See, I understand, but this is very important," Mr. Williams replied. "Please come to my office right away." Tom sighed. He knew that he couldn't argue with his boss. "All right, sir. I'm on my way," he said reluctantly. He hung up the phone and turned to Sarah, who was giving him a sympathetic look. "Seems my lunch break is over," he said apologetically. "Duty calls." "No problem," Sarah replied with a wave of her hand. "Work first, fun later. We can catch up another time." Shh. Tom thanked her for her understanding and rushed out of the cafe. He sprinted down the street, dodging pedestrians and cars until he reached the familiar glass and steel skyscraper that housed his office. He burst through the doors and hurried up the elevator to his boss's floor. As he approached Mr. Williams's office, he could hear his voice raised in anger. "What's the meaning of this delay? I need this report finished by the end of the day." Tom knocked on the door and entered cautiously. "Sir, you wanted to see me?" Mr. Williams turned around, his face still etched with stress. "Ah, Tom, you're just in time. I need you to go to the client's office and pick up the signed contract. It's urgent." "Of course, sir," Tom replied, although he was secretly annoyed by his boss's curt tone. He grabbed his briefcase and headed for the door. "Be sure to be back before 5, Mr. Williams said, his voice echoing in the hallway. Tom nodded in response and stepped out into the bustling city. He hailed a cab and gave the driver the client's address. As the taxi sped through the congested streets, Tom couldn't shake off the feeling of frustration. He had worked tirelessly all morning, barely taking a break. And now his boss was giving him last-minute assignments. When the cab finally reached its destination, Tom paid the driver and strode confidently into the client's office. He was greeted by a sleek, modern lobby with floor-to-ceiling windows that offered a panoramic view of the city skyline. "Good afternoon," Tom said to the receptionist. "I'm here to pick up the signed contract." The receptionist gestured for him to sit down. "Just a moment, please. I'll go get it." Tom settled into a chair and waited patiently. He took out his phone and checked the time. It was 3:45 p.m. He had less than 2 hours to finish everything. Soon, the receptionist returned with a slim folder in her hand. "Here's the contract you requested," she said, placing it on the table. Tom thanked her and collected the folder. He opened it, but it was empty. He checked again, but there was nothing inside. Excuse me?" Tom called out to the receptionist. "Where's the contract?" The receptionist looked puzzled. "Contract? I thought you said you came to pick up the contract," she replied, confused. Tom felt a surge of panic. "I did. I have an appointment with Mr. Williams," he explained. The receptionist's face suddenly dawned. "Oh, you mean the contract that Mr. Williams sent back this morning? I'm sorry, but we do not release the contract to anyone except the client," she said firmly. Tom's heart sank. He had forgotten that the contract had to be personally delivered by the client. Now he was in trouble. He thanked the receptionist and hurried out of the building. He had to get back to his office as fast as possible and explain the situation to his boss. As he ran through the crowded streets, Tom couldn't help but feel a sense of dread. He knew that he would face the wrath of his boss. When he finally reached the office, his heart was pounding. He took a deep breath and knocked on Mr. Williams's door. "Come in," his boss's voice boomed. Tom pushed the door open and entered the office. "Sir, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but there's something you need to know." Mr. Williams turned around, his face still bearing the stress of the day. "What is it?" he asked curtly. "About the contract," Tom began, his voice trembling slightly. "I went to the client's office to pick it up, but they told me that they did not release it to anyone else except themselves." Mr. Williams's face turned ashen. "What? But I specifically instructed you to pick up the contract this afternoon," he exclaimed, his voice rising in anger. "I'm sorry, sir. I didn't realize," Tom stammered, trying to explain. "This is unacceptable," Mr. Williams interrupted, his voice echoing in the silent office. "You should have known that the client had to deliver the contract personally. How can you make such a mistake?" Tom felt tears stinging his eyes, but he blinked them away. "I apologize, sir. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again." Mr. Williams leaned back in his chair, massaging his temples. "I need you to go back and explain the situation to the client. Ask them if they can send someone else to drop off the contract," he said, his voice still laced with irritation. "Yes, sir," Tom replied, knowing that there was no room for argument. He grabbed his briefcase and rushed out of the office. Once again, he hailed a cab and raced towards the client's building. This time, when he entered the lobby, he was ushered into a private room by the receptionist. Tom explained his situation to the receptionist, who was surprisingly helpful. "Don't worry, I'll contact the client and see what we can do," she said reassuringly. "Just wait here for a moment." She picked up the phone and dialed a number. "Yes, hello. I'm calling from the reception. We have a representative from ABC Company here to pick up the contract." "Yes, I understand. I'll ask him to wait a moment." She turned to Tom and said, "The client will be here in 15 minutes. Please wait here for them." Tom thanked her and settled into a chair. A waited anxiously, knowing that every minute was crucial. Just as he began to lose hope, the door opened and a smartly dressed woman entered the room. "Mr. Tom, I presume?" she said with a warm smile. "I'm here to deliver the contract." "Oh, thank you so much," Tom replied, relieved. "That's wonderful news." The woman handed over the contract, and Tom examined it to make sure it was complete. "This is perfect," he said, feeling a surge of gratitude. "Thank you so much for your help." "Not at all," the woman replied with a wave of her hand. "It was my pleasure." Tom quickly departed from the client's office and raced back to his own. He had to get the contract to his boss as soon as possible. As he burst through the office door, he could hear his boss talking on the phone. "Yes, I understand. I'll get it to you by tomorrow morning," he was saying in a strained voice. Tom cleared his throat and said, "Sir, I have the contract." Mr. Williams turned around, his face etched with fatigue. "Oh, Tom, you're back. Could you hand it over to me?" Tom approached his boss and placed the contract in his hands. "Is there anything else I can help you with?" he asked, hoping to make amends. Mr. Williams looked at Tom, his expression softening slightly. "No, that's all for now, Tom. Thank you for your hard work today," he said, his voice weary. "You're welcome, sir," Tom replied, feeling a mix of relief and exhaustion. As the day drew to a close, Tom packed up his things and headed home. He was mentally drained, but also a sense of satisfaction. Despite the chaos and challenges, he had managed to pull through. When he finally reached his apartment, he collapsed onto the sofa, too tired to move. What a crazy day, he thought to himself, chuckling. He looked at the clock on the wall. It was 8 p.m. He had been working for over 12 hours. Anna emerged from her room and noticed Tom's slumped figure on the couch. "How was your day?" she asked with a concerned look. "Exhausting," Tom replied, letting out a long sigh, but in a good way. "I got a lot done," Anna smiled understandingly. She knew what it was like to have a hectic workday. "Well then, why don't you treat yourself to a nice dinner? I'll join you." "That sounds great," Tom said, feeling his spirits lift. "Let's go somewhere quiet and relax." Together, they left the apartment and headed to their favorite Italian restaurant. Over plates of steaming pasta and glasses of red wine, they talked about their day and laughed at their shared experiences. "You know," Tom said, "it's moments like these that make me appreciate my job, the challenges and all. Because at the end of the day, I know I can count on friends like you." Anna raised her glass in a toast. "To friendship in a crazy morning," she said with a smile. Tom clinked his glass against hers and added, "And to getting everything done despite the odds." As they ate their dinner, the weight of the day lifted from Tom's shoulders. He had faced the challenges head-on and emerged victorious. He may have started the day stressed, but he ended it feeling accomplished and grateful for the support of his friends.